Hey First Church, I hope that you're having a great week. As you can tell, I'm coming at you from a little bit different place this week. I am at one of our local baseball fields right here in town. It's a field like you can find anywhere across America. It's a beautiful place, but it's an ordinary, average place as well. This particular field is no different or more special than lots of other fields you could find across America right now. The reason I'm lifting that up to you is you might remember that in our recent sermon series, we've been talking about heroes. And we remember that in God's kingdom, what makes us a hero is not because we're the strongest or fastest or best at something. There's not something extra or superhuman about us. Instead, God's heroes come from people who offer themselves fully into God's hands to be used for God's glory. And when people do that, God does amazing things through them. I've been thinking about that because recently here in our local area, we get to celebrate a local hero. His name is Mike Mussina, and if you've been following our local news, you'll know that Mike was a professional baseball player who was just inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. To put that in perspective, you might know how difficult it is to become a professional athlete in general in baseball, but of all professional baseball players, only 1% ever make the Baseball Hall of Fame. Mike did that. And he rightly should be lifted up as a local hero. He's an amazing guy. He's incredibly grounded for all of his success. And yet, what's interesting for Mike is that the reason he's as good as he is, in part, is he gave himself fully to the practices and disciplines of baseball in ordinary, everyday places like baseball fields, like what I'm standing on right now. One story I heard was that as a kid, he would just spend time in his basement throwing the ball against a cement wall, just over and over and over, giving himself to the disciplines and practices of baseball. And because of that, he became an incredible baseball player. And again, rightly is lifted up as a local hero here among us. I raise that because what's going to make us amazing, faithful in the kingdom of God, isn't how gifted we are, but the giving of ourselves fully to God and the practices of the Christian faith, the disciplines of the Christian faith. So this week, First Church, I want to remind you and encourage you to be in those disciplines and in those practices that draw us closer to Jesus Christ. And as we do that, God will do some pretty amazing things. God will use you as a hero in God's kingdom in everyday, normal places like Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and beyond. So I hope you're having a great week, First Church. Look forward to continuing to celebrate and explore God's heroes this weekend in worship. We'll see you then.